Morning all, it's Stuart from Thirlmere Deacon, I hope you're well. We've had a number of conversations today, and one question that keeps coming up over the years is, Stuart, what's the difference between a rental assurance and a rental guarantee? So I was discussing with a client earlier today, one of our developments in Manchester, which is a 2-year rental assurance, and the client said, okay, well tell me about this rental guarantee. So I've got to stop you there, it's not a rental guarantee. We would never word it that way. It's a rental assurance, and the difference here is, in my experience over the years, the rental guarantee, if it's worded like that, would suggest legally that the developer or the management company have X amount of funds sat in a separate account, squirreled away for rain or shine to deliver the return. So let's say, for example, a 2-year rental guarantee at 6%, okay, means that the developer or the management company, whoever it is, would have 12% for you sat aside in a separate account. Now, nobody does that, and they won't do that, and if they had an extra 12% per apartment, things would be slightly different. The other factor that may come into it is that the price that you pay for the apartment might be inflated by 12%. So you're then just getting your own money. You're overpaying for the apartment and getting your own money back, which is again not ideal at all. Rental assurance, on the other hand, which is what all of ours are that have a rental package, or assurances, basically means that the management company are confident on delivering the returns as such. But they are giving you their assurance that if it does dip, they'll be putting their hands in their own pocket, basically. So the confidence is there. So 2-year, let's say again, rental assurance at 6% would mean that it's a contractually binding agreement between yourself and the management company to say that they are confident on achieving 6%, but if they don't, they're giving their assurance that they will top up if need be. Now, that's a risk on their part because they know that if they have to put their own hand in their pocket, it's going to come out of their own pocket, of course. But it's a calculated risk because they know that they should be able to achieve that. It's based on what's being achieved in the area. And a lot of developers actually do a longer term assurance. We've got one in Hull, for example, Hull Central Development, which has a 10-year rental assurance at 8, I can't do 8s anymore apparently, 8.5%. 10-year rental assurance, and the reason that they do that is because, again, they're confident of filling the development from day one, but if they don't, if they have to wait for a bit of a maturity period before they fill out the apartments, they know that they will make up for it in the 10 years going forward. So as rents increase and rents rise every year, they will more than cover themselves on the back end. So if they have to dip into their own pockets for years 1 and 2, for example, to top up, or if they just break even, they know that they've got a long-term agreement in place that they're going to benefit from any uplift. Now, that begs to say a long-term rental assurance might not be for everybody. A lot of my investors say, well, okay, will I not benefit from the increase in rents, because rents are going up in this area every year? And the answer here is no, you won't. I mean, you get the security of owning the asset and not having to worry about the rent. So you're getting X amount fixed per annum for the next 10 years, but you don't get the uplift. The management company will benefit from the uplift. So if you don't want that and you want to have something with a shorter rental assurance just to cover the first couple of years, our Manchester project, for example, is a 2-year rental assurance. That means one of them, for example, is completed, one Regent completed, and it's based on the contracts that are already in place with the tenants that are in situ. So that's a much shorter term. Longer term, if you want security with our Hull project. A lot of other questions, a lot of sort of subsidiary questions would be, what happens then if the management company go bust in this time? Yeah, what happens if they fold in year 4, for example? Well, if they do, you would have known that you've done your due diligence, know that the assurance was actually based on what's happening in the area at this time. So you know that you can just pull it out of the assurance, and put it onto the local market, and you should be achieving round about what was assured in the first place. So that's the difference in my opinion. A rental assurance is where you should always be. A rental guarantee, I don't like that at all. So our projects will always come with a rental assurance contractual agreement between yourself and the developer that they're saying they assure that they'll put their hand in their pocket if they don't meet what they've projected to meet. Listen, have a great day. Any questions at all, please submit below, and look forward to hearing from you. Take care.